why we start with a prayer. We start with a prayer which says Sahana Avatu. Avatu means Rakshatu. May we be protected. Okay? Because at any time anything can go wrong in anybody's life which prevents one from being exposed to this teaching, okay, and to contemplate on it. So you don't take the opportunity that you are given for granted. You ask for grace so that you are protected while you are studying. Okay? Sahanau bhunaktu. But you don't just want to be protected, you also want to be nourished. It's positive also. Not like you are frightened and you want to be nourished with all the right attitudes, right perspectives, right frame of mind to receive this teaching. So you ask for help. Because there are so many blocks that we can have. And today I want to talk about one of the blocks which I have seen during my teaching years, which is the most prevalent and a subtle block, which keeps you from understanding Vedanta. And that is, when you receive the words of Vedanta, okay, you already have some idea about who you are. You already have some idea about what is the nature of the universe. You already also have ideas about the nature of the cause of the universe. So you come with lots of ideas of your own. And the more you have studied and the more you think you are spiritual, you have even more ideas. And then, when you receive this teaching of Vedanta, what is a natural human tendency?
To compare against what we know.
Very good. Okay. One thing is to compare. Excellent. Compare what you know already against what Vedanta says. That's a very nice, that's a good position to have, right? What is the other thing which is a subtle obstacle? The subtle obstacle is that whatever you already know, you think that that is the reality, and you receive the teaching of Vedanta and you try to put it in the framework that you already have. Right? So you try to fit into what you already know and reconfirm what you understand. And if it is against that, there is almost always a resistance. Because it doesn't fit all that you have thought about. Okay? And this kind of a mindset of either trying to fit what Vedanta says, okay, in your existing framework, or that rejection for breaking your existing framework keeps you from not understanding Vedanta for a long time. Because the existing framework that you have is of limited nature. And what Vedanta wants to show you is limitlessness. How are you going to understand limitlessness if you don't want to give up your limited framework? It's impossible. Let your mind be open and be alive to these words. These words are not ordinary words. They have the capacity to reveal the truth, the absolute truth to yourself. Don't create blocks. So you need nourishment. You ask for it. Because so many times it happens in spite of your not wanting it to happen. Okay? Sahanau bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahe. It's not that you ask for grace and then you just sleep in the class. Because the grace is now working and I'm in Turiya and there somehow everything will be worked out. It doesn't happen that way. Let us make an effort. That's your job. You ask for grace, but you also make an effort. Okay? And not this prayer is something which is very unique, because it's not only the students who are asking that let me make an effort, it's even the teacher saying that let us together make an effort. Because in any teaching situation there is an exchange. Okay? And in that exchange, in any exchange, there are two people involved, two or more, and both have to make an effort for it to work. Nobody can take it for granted. Any teacher who assumes this whole role of superiority, okay, is a teacher who has not understood the spirit of this whole tradition. The teacher, according to this tradition, is only a vehicle for you to see your own reality. This is how a teacher is. The teacher does not assume some whole big important part and I'm the great and come to me and I will save you. That is not at all the role of a traditional teacher. The teacher is saying, let me make an effort and let you make an effort so that our studies are brilliant. Okay? Sahaviryam karavavahe tejasvina adhitam astu. Adhitam, our studies, let it be tejasvi. Let our study be brilliant, where we can understand what is to be understood. Okay, that is the objective. The objective is not to create ideas and to just reflect on it and just abstractly go on discussing. The ultimate purpose is for me to be alive to what is. So let my study be brilliant. Let me have that clarity. Let my thinking be aligned to what is. Okay? Ma vid vishavahai. Let there not be any obstacle in this study. Okay? And shantihi, shantihi, shantihi. 3 times shanti, because there can be 3 different types of obstacles. One type of obstacle is adhyatmika. What is adhyatmika? Anything which is centered on yourself. That could be simple things like, what could be the obstacle in your studying? You have a backache that is occupying all your attention, right? Or you have your mind, you really want to concentrate, but it just wavers and it starts thinking about, oh yeah, what would be lunch, and oh yeah, now my kids, what would be they doing at home, and all kind, oh my work, and so all this is something, everything that you can possibly think about will start coming in the class. So therefore, you want a mind which is available. You ask for it. Okay. So these are all the problems which are centered on yourself, which is adhyatmika. The other one is adhi bhautika. Everything which is part of this surrounding, you want it to be conducive. Imagine if there is a lot of noise around, okay, or if there is a lot of pollution, or the weather is very, extreme. So these are all the external factors which can take your mind off from a good study. So you ask the environment to be conducive also. Okay, so that is Adi Bhautika, and the third is Adi Daivika. Many times people, Adi Daivika is the forces which are way beyond, or over which we don't even know what those forces are and how they work. Okay, so those are Daivika forces, and many times people, when they come to Vedanta, they have this whole big hurry for moksha. I want it in this life. And where am I now with reference to this whole big pursuit of limitlessness? Okay, I want to understand it now. Of course you can make an effort, but there is Daiva. There is Daivam which is working. Too many causes, too many factors. You want them to be conducive. Okay? So you want them, you ask for help. When you have the illusion of controlling things that you don't control, then even during the study of Vedanta, that thing of controlling comes up very, very, it's very visible for a teacher when they are sharing. That urgency of knowing, that wanting to understand today, that means you have this whole thing of controlling. That hasn't gone yet. There is no relaxation in the order of Ishvara. Acknowledging the Daivam and asking for help and working along with it is part of wisdom. Letting go a little bit and relaxing. Enjoy the studies. They are beautiful. Okay? So that Daivika, please bring to your mind there is a Daivam, that you are here today is not just a function of, oh, Aunt, Aunt somehow, and then, you register for the retreat and then you come. It's not like that. There are causes within causes within causes which bring you here today. For us to exchange this amazing teaching. He just registered day before yesterday? When he just heard about it. When did you hear about it?
About
this retreat, 2 days ago.
Yes, 2 or 3 days.
3 days ago.
I was wondering exactly.
Yes.
What you said.
Yes.
Because I was thinking about Vedanta and suddenly I. It's a coincidence.
Yes, exactly. So this, you ask for help from Daivam. Daivam is operating. You can't control what you will understand, when you will understand. You can't control. You ask, because there are forces at work. You ask for help. Okay? So the 3 things, you make your own effort, you ask for conducive environment, and you ask for grace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This awareness is not something which you do just mechanically. Bring to your mind the understanding of what you are asking when you are praying. Every time we study, we start with this, to have a right frame of mind. Okay? Now, before the teaching begins, I would like for everyone to introduce themselves, because we will spend 4 days together and we will share many nice, very beautiful moments together, and hopefully in 4 days it will all become like a very strong, coherent group with lots of ties and a lot of memories that will stay with us for a long time. So now we need to know each other, starting by knowing each other and just who you are and what brings you here, and if you have any background in this study, so I know how to teach this class, so I need to know. Ruth, just today I want to, then we will get into the story. What is Vedanta? What do you, we use this word Vedanta, what do you understand by Vedanta, the word Vedanta?
The end of the scriptures of the Vedas.
Excellent, right? Literally, perfect. Literally it means Veda, Veda are the scriptures, and Anta. Anta means what appears at the end of the Veda, the book. Okay? Now when you study a book of science, let's say mathematics or physics, do you create a division between the first portion of the book and the end portion of the book? You say this is the first portion of the book and this is the end portion of the book. Do you create a division like that? You don't, right? How do you create a division? A book has, let's say, 10 chapters. How are those, why there is first chapter, there is a second chapter? It is done in terms of what?
Storyline.
Sorry?
The storyline.
Storyline, exactly. The topics, right? So you divide always a book in terms of topics and not in terms of what is in the first and what appears in the end. So why in Vedanta it is the end which is given such a difference from the beginning? Because there is a difference in storyline. There is a difference in topic. Okay? The first portion of the Vedas is called Karma Kanda. It is talking about all the different prayers and all the different rituals which help us in our day-to-day pursuits. What are our day-to-day pursuits? What do we do?
Work, eat,
Working,
eating.
eating. Perfect. Right. Why do we need rituals and prayers for working and eating and
Because to save us to maybe hurt someone during working.
excellent, beautiful, right? You're working, but you carry yourself and your opinions and your things when you work. And that leads to conflicts at times. Right? And what do you want? To avoid those conflicts. So you need what? Certain help to have a proper perspective. So you need to pray. Okay? So therefore, Vedas are very practical. They say that you have all these pursuits. Eating represents what? Eating means anything with reference to what?
Body.
Your body or your environment, surviving in this world. Okay? This whole pursuit which is related to your food, your shelter, your basic relationships, that whole pursuit, according to Vedas, it is named as Artha pursuit. Artha means security. You want securities in life, and you find securities through what? Proper food will make you secure that okay, my health will be good. Right? Now, if you, the children, as Germano was talking about, okay, that the people around you, you nourish them, you provide them education, you take care of them. This is all what we call the pursuits of Artha, security. You provide security for others, and it also then, because you are so identified with them, that it also makes you feel secure when your kids are secured. Right? Your security is, you can't say that I'm indifferent to what happens to my child, but I'm feeling secure because my life is good. Right? So therefore, security pursuit is something which is very important part of living. But in that security, how many things can go wrong?
50%.
So things can go wrong because for you to be secured, you have to have a great job, you have to have money, you have to have kids who are going to school and studying well, you have to have them kids who are well behaved and do things that are not crazy. Right? Then you need a house which is a beautiful home. You need so many things to be secured. And at the same time, things are what? You have to work hard. Who was saying? You have to really work hard to get what you want to get. And once you have it, there is no guarantee that you'll have it tomorrow. So therefore, the pursuit of Artha, which is a very common pursuit, but it requires some grace. That's why you have prayers of what? Prayers and rituals to help you in all these pursuits. Vedas don't say it is a useless pursuit. It says, yeah, it's a valid pursuit, I'll help you to get what you want. What is the second pursuit that we have? One is Artha. What is the second pursuit?
Kama.
Kama. Excellent. What is Kama?
Kama is the need for culture and intelligent
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
pleasures.
Pleasure. Right? So much of our life is oriented around not just gaining security but pleasures. What can be a source of pleasure?
Music,
Music,
food,
food.
sand art,
Food can be understand. Sorry?
sand art.
Sand art. Exactly. Right? So you have all these pleasure pursuits, and those pursuits of pleasure. So for example, you love football, for example, soccer. Okay? So that gives you a lot of pleasure. But you don't just have that pleasure. So many, if you want Brazil to win in World Cup, right? And there is no surety that Brazil is going to win, then you will get a high only if Brazil wins. Then what? You need prayers.
And even then it's not sure.
And even then it's not sure. Exactly. Absolutely, because it's a function of your effort and lot of other things. Right? So even in your pursuit of karma, you still need prayers. And Vedas tell you, okay, even in your pursuit of karma, I'll tell you, you do what you have to do, but I'll also tell you some other ways which will improve your chance of getting what you want. There's nothing wrong with that. Please don't think that your life is not good if you're pursuing Artha and Kama. Vedas acknowledge that and Vedas help you with it. Then, Vedas talk about the third pursuit, which is Dharma.
One question,
Yes.
but they don't say if you do this, then this will happen. They say it could happen.
It could happen. Exactly. That's why. As I explained yesterday, every prayer is just what? Increasing the possibility. It's not surely, because as I said, it is a function of your own efforts, how much your own efforts you have put with reference to known variables, and what are the unknown variables. Those unknown variables could be either in favor of you, or can be against you little bit, or it can be against you a lot. You don't know. So a prayer is a game of probability. By performing a prayer, you've added what? One more variable in your favor,
Okay.
which will increase the possibility of your getting what you're looking for.
Okay, thank you.
And so that's very important. Thanks, Yuta. It's not like when you do this ritual, you're just influencing the outcome by adding one more variable. Okay? So therefore, you have, even in your pursuit of karma, you need prayers. Then you have the third pursuit that Vedanta is talking about, and that is the pursuit of dharma. As we saw yesterday, as many of you were there, okay, it says go ahead and fulfill your need for security and pleasure, but as long as what? You don't transgress dharma. Because if you transgress dharma, then what? There is a cost. There is a cost because the minute you have done an action which is hurting somebody, or which is not enhancing the well-being, okay, then the outcome of that is something that you have to experience. You can't get away. It's like a law. You can't get away from it. So if you want to be really happy, you can't disregard the happiness of others. So that means, imagine a way of living where I say, my happiness is defined by also the happiness of others. The more I make somebody else happy, the more happy I become. So therefore, the whole thing is not, what do I do for my happiness? I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. You should think differently. The more I make you happy, the more the happiness will come to me. Where is my focus? Where is my focus?
Always on the other one.
Excellent. It's on the other one. I do, because the laws, I understand the laws. I do, and by doing, I'm not doing good for you, I'm also doing what? Good for myself. There is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad which says, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Even when you're doing good to others, actually you're doing good to yourself. And that doing good to yourself is much more beautiful because others benefit too. And you benefit yourself in the process. This is dharma. Okay? Act of dharma. The whole understanding of dharma.
There is this question from Christianity. Always serve, always do, but don't think of yourself.
So here we don't say that. It says that anything that you do for others, it actually also benefits you. Because ultimately, everybody is interested in one's own well-being. Right? But if your well-being is defined by just fulfilling your narrowly defined desires, you're a selfish person. But if your fulfillment is defined by helping others, it's wonderful. Because by helping others, I also get benefit.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah, there is a
little
difference. There is a
yeah.
difference in how we look at it.
It's not Mother Teresa.
It's not Mother Teresa, exactly.
I
It
don't
is
want
not.
to say this because maybe you have another look on Mother Teresa as an Indian.
Yes. It's not Mother Teresa. It is something, by helping others, you help yourself. That is what we call growth. My definition of what makes me happy shows what? How evolved I am. Mother Teresa is not bad to help others. Please don't think that I don't know what it means to be Mother Teresa. I have no idea what you have heard and I have no idea, right? What I'm saying is, if anybody who's helping others is helping to make a difference in somebody else, it's a beautiful thing. That's how you grow as a human being. Okay. But if I have an agenda that I want them to now convert to Christianity, then that becomes a problem. Okay. Otherwise, there is an agenda, there is a hidden agenda. Otherwise, act of helping, act of contributing is something which is very, very important for your self-growth.
Yeah, there's something I am growing up as a Christian. And it's like that helping others and forgetting yourself.
Ah, that is not
and
good.
then
Excellent.
asking back, yeah, I did it for you and now you have to be there for me.
Yes,
Yes,
excellent.
this is
Okay, very, very good. This is something that you need to know, that by helping others, I'm not saying you need to forget yourself.
This is what we meant with Mother Teresa,
Yes.
because afterwards it shows that she was very depressive and
Exactly.
don't love herself.
So therefore, it's very important, right? What is said is, your happiness comes when you become a bigger person. Okay? It doesn't say that you sacrifice yourself and then you help others. Because the minute you feel you're sacrificing and you're helping others, that means what? There is always a dissatisfaction that I feel I'm sacrificing. And imagine you keep on sacrificing and sacrificing and sacrificing. How much is your dissatisfaction? You have a huge dissatisfaction. And one day you will just, it is all going to burst. Okay? What we are, yes.
Just in this discussion, a question arose from yesterday evening. when you spoke about Swadharma,
Yes.
you was only speaking about the duties I have to do.
Yes.
You was not speaking about, I think it's also a part of Swadharma, the duties I have for myself.
Excellent. Very true.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah. Swadharma, it of course is a duty. When you are engaging in Brahma Vidya, which is knowing the reality about yourself, you're really taking care of your duty towards yourself in the highest form. Okay? So you're already doing that. But in that pursuit, generally people think that when I do that, I can leave everything, just like Arjuna thought. So what Krishna is saying is, the growth is not in just leaving everything and doing this for yourself, but also understanding the relative growth involves you participate in this world. So yes, it's true that you have a duty towards yourself, and when you're pursuing Brahma Vidya, you're actually fulfilling the duty towards yourself in a most fundamental way. It's a good point, Carl. So therefore, it's true that dharma, and this is why dharma pursuit is, for most of the society, dharma pursuit is seen as the final pursuit, right? You are a good human being, you help others, you be kind to others, you be considerate to others. This is the highest goal in most of the societies. But according to Vedanta, dharma is not the final pursuit. That's why this is where ends artha, dharma and kama is the scope of what we call karma kanda, the first portion of the Veda. And as Yuta was, and as Rohini was talking about, that dharma can leave you at times, pursuit of dharma can leave you depressed. It can leave you unsatisfied. I have a lot of people who work with NGOs who have good intentions, right? They want to do good things for the community, for the society, for women or whatever. But you think that when they come with all these beautiful intentions, everything is going to work exactly as they want? The very beneficiary that you want to benefit may not see the value of what you want to do. There is a resistance. Then what happens? All your good intentions and you are frustrated. You are unhappy. You are complaining. Right? So you have high dharmic sense because you are going above your artha and kama and you want to do good, but in that doing good, at times you can be more frustrated. So therefore, dharma pursuit is not an ultimate pursuit according to Vedanta. It's an important pursuit, but it's not the ultimate. Then, so therefore, there ends karma kanda, artha, dharma, kama, security, pleasures and sense of growing, which incorporates prayers, helping others, all of that. Okay. Then, what is moksha, which is what we are studying about, which belongs to Vedanta? Vedas hope that when you pursue artha, dharma and kama, one day you will realize, that actually what am I searching for is what, as we saw yesterday, happiness, contentment, fulfillment. Okay. And no matter what I do with reference to artha, dharma and kama, it gives me, as Ann was saying, partial fulfillment, but not the complete fulfillment that I am searching for. That complete fulfillment is something that I cannot give up either. Need for that come when I can say, yes, I am content. I can't give up. Then I need to think that everything that I have done so far, which falls within Artha, Dharma and Kama, does not give me what I am searching for, then what will give me what I am really searching for? That is what we call the pursuit of moksha. Pursuit of freedom from sense of inadequacy. Moksha is not about not coming back again, please. Moksha is about knowing the fact that what will fulfill me without any buts and ifs. I'm okay, but there is no buts. I'm fulfilled, full stop. Okay, this is what we call pursuit of moksha. Then you need to ask, I have done everything in the domain of Artha, Dharma and Kama. What can I do for freedom now? Then you enter into this whole big spiritual world. With all its amazing promises and all its amazing, practices, and it's endless. Everybody, in fact, this time we went to France and each one is like some kind of a healer and some kind of a, it's one whole new world which has come up in the last few years. And it's nice, people are nice. I don't want to, it's very good. I don't want to depreciate it. It's very nice that people develop sensitivities like that. But what I'm saying is, all these different options. And then what was very interesting is, I met one healer who has healed many people and then he himself was depressed. And they are very good people. They have helped many people, but they themselves, So therefore, even in the so-called spiritual world, there is no end. This is where Vedanta uses a logic. Logic is simple. If you are inadequate, if you are not fulfilled by your nature, no matter what addition you make to your life or what subtraction you make to your life, you are going to be who you are. It's impossible to change your intrinsic nature. The only solution to your problem is what? The only logical possibility is that you are already free. There is no other logical. I'm not free and this is my nature. No addition or subtraction is going to make me what? Not fulfilled. If this is your nature, that you are free, what choice do you have to know it? If I'm free and I feel like I'm not free, is it wise to go along with this feeling of not being free and then go on searching here and there? Doesn't make sense. So therefore, it's a choiceless choice. It's a choice of an intelligent person who's observed life. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedam ayat. Na asti akrutaha krutena. Observing the world and all my experiences, and experiences of others. The person understands that no matter what I do, in what magnitude I do, in the past, in the present, or in the future, the solution to my fulfillment will not come if I have concluded that my nature is unfulfilled and I have to do something for my fulfillment. The only way to find the freedom is to change what I see about myself, which is to know I'm already free. This is pursuit of moksha. And with that freedom, I can do what I want. Okay? This is the pursuit of moksha. This little boy, which is presented in Kathopanishad, has understood this very well. And how he has understood, we will see in form of a story. Okay? In the next class. So we'll do a story and then we'll start the teaching. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.